Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Let's go ahead and talk about a few things, coupled with a little bit of this is messy, okay? So, first things first, I want to talk about this Sesame Place situation. I did not get a chance to talk about this on last week, so let's try to talk about it real briefly here, okay? On last week, there was a video that went viral. It looks like there was some type of parade, a Sesame Street, Sesame Place, Sesame whatever parade. And it was a mixed crowd. You had blacks, you had whites, and ain't no telling who else was in the crowd, right? So there's this particular character, I guess by the name of Rosita, that was going around, greeting some of the kids, but skipping over some of the black children. And I was having a hard time grasping the reason behind why you would skip over these children. And I heard the girls running up saying, "Hey Lola, hey Lola." So I'm like, is it because they called you the wrong name and you're skipping over these kids? Because there is another character that looks just like this one, but I believe they're yellow or orange or something like that. Whereas this one's name, I believe, is Rosita. So you have these kids running up calling, "Hey Lola, hey Lola." Like, is that the reason why you skipped over these kids? Because let it not be because of their race, child. Let it not be because of their race, because that's just not making sense to me. And then there were a video that dropped. Okay, so this wasn't the only video that dropped. Someone else that was across from this family also was videotaping, and it looks like these little girls were not the only black kids that they skipped over. This person skipped over more children, and I was just a little confused because I'm like, okay, are you being racist? Like, but I don't know who's in the costume. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is a white person in the costume, another black person in the costume, an Asian. I didn't know who was in the costume. You know what I'm saying? But on the standpoint from being on the outside, it's definitely coming off a bit racist. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you skip over these kids? And let's just remove the race from it in general. Like, let's just take that away, in my opinion. I'm looking at it as just children. Okay. A lot of kids are very, very sensitive. And it's crazy because you have a lot of children that are actually afraid of Muppets like this. So when you have kids that are willingly coming up to you wanting to shake your hand, a lot of them are glad of that, because the ones that's in the costumes, because so many kids are afraid of them that they run away. So when you have these kids running up wanting to shake your hand, shake their hand, because you're working for a company that thrives off of the children and their entertainment. A lot of these children are able to, I don't want to say manipulate, lack of a better word, but they're great at getting their parents to buy into this particular product. So your audience are the children. It looks like you slap the hands of a grown ass person. Granted, yeah, they're going to buy into the product, but primarily it's the children that sell them on it. So for you to skip over the kids, like, that was a fucking problem to me. And then they gave out more than one lackluster statement where it seemed like they were trying not to accept full accountability over what happened. And I believe they were going to do investigations and all this other stuff, which I don't believe is going to happen. Don't know who's in the costume, and I feel like that person should be revealed. I don't think that person has yet to be revealed, but that person should indeed be revealed. Okay, the mom was extremely upset. I had a ton of screenshots because I was going to do this story previously, but y'all know I ended up going out of town, so I was just like, well, it's just too much, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely had a lot of screenshots where the mom was, one, extremely upset with Sesame Place and how they're handling this situation. First of all, upset that these little girls was treated that way, and then they walked away in confusion, confused as to why they just do us like that. Like, what did we do? Walked away in pure confusion. Then the mom was upset about that, about the treatment of their children or their child or whatever the case is of these little girls, knowing that they spent all of this money, gave their time, okay, had to pay gas and this high ass gas price just to get to the location. Hello, there are a lot of factors that went into them getting here to just put smiles on their kids' faces, only for them to get here and be let down, because their money could have went towards something else, but instead their money went towards this lackluster parade that y'all decided to have. You know what I'm saying? So she was very upset about that, but she also was overwhelmed with the amount of support that she was getting. And then for them to put lackluster ass statements out one after another, listen, I'm not surprised at the verdict that is now coming out. Okay, not so much as the verdict, but the story that's coming out now. They're saying that this Baltimore family files a $25 million lawsuit against Sesame Place for alleged racial discrimination. Okay, they're saying earlier this month, Sesame Place faced backlash after a New York mother shared a now viral video of her daughter and her niece, okay, seemingly being ignored by one of the characters at Sesame Place. The video caused many other families to share videos of their children seemingly being ignored as well. Now, one family in Baltimore has filed a lawsuit against the theme park, alleging that their child was discriminated against. Now, I also read where they said one of the little girls were in like therapy or something like that over this particular incident. I believe the one woman that's suing, I believe it was her daughter that she had in therapy over the situation. Now, I don't know how true that was, you know what I'm saying? But if she is, do what you got to do to get your coin, ma'am. Ain't nobody finna be mad. Put Miss Girl in therapy. I mean, the baby's just looking confused as hell, y'all. Like, what I do, like, what happened? Like, they don't want to, like, and they walking up to you. Like, it's the children that sells these fucking products. Let's be honest here. And the parents buy into the bullshit. And you mean to tell me that you'll shake the hand of this old ass, grown ass person, but won't shake the hand of these little girls? Who this whole parade is for? Your targeted audience are these little children. And it's so funny because now I'm thinking about targeted audience. They love telling people to be real specific with their target audience. And I don't think you really have to zone in and be real specific. Like, are you targeting just Black people? Are you targeting just white people? What age range? Man, they targeting all fucking kids. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about that now on a business standpoint, how they be trying to tell people to target a certain audience. So you have to be specific. Do you have to be specific? Because Instagram is targeted to everyone. So I'm a little confused. TikTok's targeted to everyone. Anyway, girl, I done went on a little rant that ain't got nothing to do with them, but I just felt a way about it because it came into my head. But y'all target audience are these children. So for you to disregard them definitely disappoints. And I feel like if y'all were taking a hit financially, then y'all would really, you know what I'm saying, try and get some issues rectified quicker than normal. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm going to read to you guys what I'm going to finish reading a little bit of this article. Then I'm going to read what it looks like the response is from Sesame Place. Okay, they're saying, according to CBS Philly, the Burns family out of Baltimore has filed a $25 million class action lawsuit alleging that 5-year-old Kennedy Burns was discriminated against when the family visited the theme park back on June 18th. The family attorney, Malcolm Ruff, spoke out and said that she was ignored amongst a sea of other young white children who were able to interact, give hugs, and get high fives. Okay, at least 4 of the characters from the park are accused of refusing to interact with Kennedy and other Black guests that were present. Now, the response from Sesame Place says, we look forward to addressing that claim through the established legal process. We are committed to deliver an inclusive, equitable, and entertaining experience for all guests. And for me, it just gives that they are disregarding what it is the mom is saying and the image and the video that's already been put out there. Y'all have put out 2 lackluster, maybe even 3 statements. And now you're over here saying you look forward to addressing the claim through the established legal process. So now you feel like it just makes me think about the same way those little girls were ignored and overlooked. It's making me think about value. It seems like y'all didn't value them. You know what I'm saying? You think their value is very low, in my opinion. So now when this mom brings this lawsuit to y'all looking at it as though like it's no value in that. She's a Black woman. She's this and that. It's not going to go anywhere. Like that's what is giving to me, and I don't necessarily like that. And I feel like you guys are moving accordingly as you are because funds and things have not really been impacted on your end. You guys have been around for years and it's sad. So I do hope the mama gets something. I don't know if she's gonna get a full 25 million, but I definitely hope that she gets something. Like, girl, at least give us $1 million ahead because y'all was wrong. Okay, and I just feel like y'all firing this person. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, girl, we just gonna see. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below regarding the Sesame Place situation. It's definitely giving bogusness. And if the attorneys felt like she had enough to file a lawsuit, and here we are, then girl, I say go all the way and see what happens because y'all was wrong for that, girl. Nah, girl, y'all know y'all had to do them children like that when you know the children are the ones that convince the parents to buy into this fucking product. And the only reason the parents is there to begin with is to bring their children to this raggedy. It's giving real ghetto. Sit up here, girl. But anyway, like I said, you guys go ahead and hop down in the comments and leave your thoughts and comments down below. Let me go ahead and talk about this other situation here. This pastor girl, what is going on? What is going on? I'll be honest, I've never heard of this pastor a day in my life. Girl, not a day in my life. I have not heard of this man. Let me see if I can pull up this article that I had open the other day. Girl, listen, this pastor ended up getting robbed, child, at his church, okay? At his rundown church, he ended up getting robbed. Where is it? Let me see. Here we go, because I want to be able to pull that up. Let me see. Okay, this might be the one. But anyway, let me pull up real quick. Like, I want to pull up the Shade Room's latest videos that they had on this situation of this man being robbed, child, because that right there was some messy stuff. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, let's see. I think it might be this one. Let me see. Okay, no, there we go. Okay, here we go. So this is the pastor. I guess he's being robbed at this time, child. So some men then came into the church, honey, and girl. Girl, no. Then came into the church and then robbed a man, child. Okay, as y'all can see, the people came in, they done robbed him or whatever. It's the man in the very back for me that's sitting back there being cool, calm, and mother collected for me. That's what started to make me think, like, girl, is this a hoax? Like, I don't know what's happening, but he was real calm, like. Um, the pastor decided that he wanted to kind of like give people an update on what happened and how he knew that they were coming for him or whatnot specifically, obviously because he's a flashy person. All right, on his IG page he does a lot of flashing, showing off the things that he has. Okay, he likes to show off. Like, I mean, if you look in this picture here, he got Namba Fendi on with a gold chain. He typically rocks like one or two gold chains. So in the video after him being robbed by a few men or whatever, he goes on IG Live and he pretty much explains like what all happened. Okay, during that time when he was live streaming from church and ended up, girl, getting his stuff snatched. He talked about how it was weird because I think it went from being like $400,000 worth of merchandise and then it went up all of a sudden by the next day to $1 million. They took all the jewelry from him, took all the jewelry from the wife as well, and then I think he said that they had the weapon pointed in front of his baby or something like that. I don't know, but it was the man in the back. Like, I'm like, the people that we don't see on camera are the people that's going crazy. They're the people that's like, oh my God, they the ones making all the noise, but you got a man that's sitting up at the very front that's real calm. So I don't know if he calm, being calculated, trying to see how he gonna defend himself, or why he ain't hit the floor when everybody else was hitting the floor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe he was stunned, maybe he was shook, but it was the lack of a reaction from him for me that made me think, girl, could this be a scheme that the pastor set up for him to come to us with the bull? I'm not necessarily sure. With me not knowing anything about this man, that's the first thought that came to my head. And then I feel like a lot of things started to come out about him. Okay. I started going through his page, start seeing Rolls Royces and all this other stuff. He got jewelry over here, Louis Vuitton down, all these different prints I've never seen before in my life. Okay. And I'm just like, okay, so does he, I mean, I guess he do this, like, how you getting all this money and you just a pastor and then your pastor look like a pop-up shop? Like your church looks like a pop-up shop to me. Y'all know these little people, these little pop-up spots that don't look like a normal church. Okay, like Pastor Woodbine over there on girl, I came over there on P Valley, people that all of a sudden made a decision that they want to be a pastor. Let me go into the ministry and let me just find a little retail space that I'm gonna turn into a church, girl. That's what it was giving to me. Let me go ahead and check out and see what else they're saying over here in this article I got from the New York Post. Okay. Let's see. Let me see what the headline reads. Girl, Flashy New York City bishop robbed in 400K jewelry heist during live stream service. Okay, now like I told y'all, it started out at 400,000, then it transferred to being 1 million. I don't know how the hell that happened, but let's go ahead and keep going. Okay, maybe he got an insurance on it or something, and he's trying to get $1 million back versus 400,000. I don't know, but they're saying a flashy Brooklyn bishop was robbed in the middle of his live stream service on Sunday when crooks came in, and they came right up to the podium. He decided he was going to get down to the ground, and they fled with $400,000. Now, the Rolls Royce driving Bishop Lamar Whitehead last made news in May. Not him making the news in May. They said when he tried to negotiate, hold on now, when he tried to negotiate the surrender of an accused subway shooter, but authorities separately nabbed the suspect. So he tried to negotiate the surrender of somebody that held up or somebody that cap a subway. Okay, then. Now on Sunday, Whitehead was in the middle of his sermon at the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries. First of all, that's too many words for a church. It's just too much. Okay, girl, what is the abbreviation? All right, Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries. Like, I can't. Anyway, so they're saying on Sunday, Whitehead was in the middle of his sermon when 3 masked individuals burst in. All right. I guess he was starting off his statement saying, how many of you have lost your faith because you saw somebody else die? Question mark. I'm like, what is it? Where were you going with this, Pastor? I hate they came in and they decided to, hold y'all up and snatch up things, because I'm trying to figure out where you was going to go with this. How many of you have lost your faith because you saw somebody else die? Okay. And as soon as he said that, girl, somebody busted in. He said, all right. And he hit the floor. So they're saying the men took $400,000 worth of jewelry from Whitehead, his wife, and possibly churchgoers. According to police, Whitehead, dressed in a maroon suit with a gold trim collar, was wearing a long gold chain and a large ring on each finger at the time. Like, girl, not you being in front of the pulpit or in the pulpit or whatever it is, girl. And you mean to tell me you got on multiple chains, a long chain at that, and then you got the audacity to have rings on all of your fingers? Girl, I'm not going to sit in front of no pastor like that. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not about to sit in front of no pastor. I'm just me. I'm not about to do it, girl. I'm not about to do that. And you sit up here, you got more jewelry, and your jewelry costs more than what? I'm not about to sit up there and entertain this foolishness. 2 months ago, what they're saying is, 2 months ago, Whitehead said he was trying to negotiate the surrender of Andrew Abdullah. That was the guy that ended up, I guess, doing what he did over there in the subway. No, ma'am. Whitehead showed up at the 5th precinct in a Rolls Royce to supposedly usher in the surrender, but the guy was instead nabbed by the cops. Okay, so that's what a little bit of his history is coming from. But I also read an article about him having been locked up for about 5 years in the past, which was also interesting. And I'm like, what was he locked up for? Was that scamming or something like that? Like, what was that? Well, let me see if I can locate that. Yeah, previously they're saying Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead. First of all, you got too many names, and then you got too many words in your church title. I can't. Who's cozy with Mayor Eric Adams, previously did 5 years in prison for identity fraud and grand larceny, insisted on Instagram that his public displays of wealth didn't lead to Sunday's robbery. So he really believes his display of showing off what he got did not lead to the robbery. So what would we say about Miss Marlowe, who allegedly had a similar situation, girl, and all she did was flash her items? She went on to the news talking about you shouldn't show off all your items all of the time because these people is watching and whoop, 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 and they almost ran up in her house, right? That's what Miss Marlowe had said. Only for her to turn around a day or so later and flash all the Fendi that she had on yet again. Girl, I cannot. You cannot make it up. You cannot make it up. And for him to sit up here and think that it had nothing to do with it, then what was the reason? What was the reason when they took the very valuable things that you had on you, baby? So what are you talking about? Girl, it's given a scheme that the pastor set up for him to come to us with the BS. I don't know. This is some foolishness here. He told me some, it's not about me being flashy. It's about me purchasing what I want to purchase. It's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase. And that's fine. Purchase what you want to purchase because it's your money. I'm going to purchase what I want to purchase. But what I'm also not going to do is let the entire world know what it is that I done damn purchased, because it's my business. And that's also my prerogative. So you don't put it out there for the social media. And when you put it out there, the people are going to talk about it. And unfortunately for you, Mr. Pastor, now coming off as though you're a rapper, okay, with all of the way that you're dressing, okay, you've made yourself a target, just like a lot of these other rappers that made themselves a target, whether they was out here flashing the coin, the money. Remember, that was a huge thing on social media at one point, where people always showing the money that they got. Then over there getting robbed, showing all the fashions and this and that. Then they over there getting tied up, getting robbed. Just had one boy the other day talking about anybody won't smoke. So that's the new thing, girl. We done went from showing off jewelry to showing off how hard we are. Talking about some, do you want smoke? I'm gonna pull up at my house. I'll be there in 5 minutes, and he done got clapped. Like, girl, everything just not for social media. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you become a target when you put certain stuff out there. You know, you even got to be mindful about putting your kids out there. That's why I post my kid a lot. You know what I'm saying? Try it. All right. So it's like, yeah, you got to even be mindful with that. People be watching, seeing where you at, what you're doing, kid get snatched up. Like, girl, what? All right. So purchase what you want, do what you're going to do, but it ain't for everybody. For real, for real. Like, girl, I cannot. And then he had the audacity for me. It was the audacity for me, girl. Let me see if I can share this. And I got to make sure the sound is on. Okay. I got to make sure the sound is on. So it looks like Larry Reed may have like went live and talked about, you know, this situation, right? So once Larry ended up doing that, I guess the bishop decided that he was going to hop on here and share some things as well and try to get Mr. Larry Reed together along with another young woman that was on the live. And I was utterly disgusted, I must say. So let's just go ahead and see if we can play this clip for y'all. Let me refresh, actually. I already know I'm going to have to refresh this and cut that sound on.
Don't give me no props and laugh at me at the same time. Don't give me no props and laugh at me at the same time.
We want to go there.
Yeah, let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there,
Number
Biggie.
One,
let's go there, Biggie.
You don't know me. You've never
let's
seen
go there,
Number
Biggie.
One, you're a liar. You're a liar.
I'm a liar. Let's go. How am I lying,
Number
Biggie?
Two,
Biggie Big, not Biggie Smalls, but you're Biggie Big.
You are quote unquote
all right.
a bishop in the Lord's church.
That's right.
You have seen my face on your timeline before, and if you say you haven't, you're a liar.
I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. I do not know you. I do not know you. But at the end of the day, when you come here and try to talk about me and I don't know you at all. And at the end of the day, when I come on and I'm listening and I'm seeing you laughing at me, I'm sitting here, you laughing at me. I don't even know you. And then Larry, you want to sit here and talk about, hold on. And Larry, you want to sit here and talk about, hold on. Larry, and you want to sit here, I don't know. Don't give me no props and laugh at me at the same time. Don't give me no props and laugh at me at the same time.
We want to go there.
Yeah, let's go there. Let's go there.
We want to go there.
Y'all, I can't. Not him calling this woman Biggie Big. Just like foolishness. Just overall fool. And you're supposed to be somebody pastor. You're supposed to be somebody bishop. And you over here talking to somebody like this. I can't. And then it was the audacity of him to read this lady, talk about this woman like a dog, if you ask me, but then turn around and tell her, hold on, so he can get his point across to Larry Reed. Girl, I would have got even louder because I don't know who you think you talking to, baby. I don't know who you. I'm surprised Larry didn't go ahead and click him off and say, you can go. You can go. I'm surprised he didn't go ahead and click his ass off. But anyway, honey, let's go ahead and get to the other part of this.
Larry, and you're disrespectful, okay? You're disrespectful. And at the end of the day, Larry, at the end of the day, I respected you. And you want to talk about the LGBT community? We had a conversation. And my position was that I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I'm not, if homosexuality is an abomination.
No, you're mean. You're mean.
What are you talking about mean? How am I mean? I'm not mean. You're mean.
Hold on.
You're mean. You're mean. Because at the end of the day, y'all sitting here and laughing at something that 4 gunmen could have took my family life, and y'all sitting here making a mockery of it, all right?
We are
and
not.
This big blimp right here want to sit here and talk about women, all right? And you want to sit here and validate homosexuality because you just admitted that you're a, all right? That's on. Hey, I
didn't I tell y'all?
You're disrespectful.
What? Did he just call this girl a blimp? Girl, I can't take it. I can't take it. I cannot. And then sat up here and called this man a F. Woo! I would have hung up on his. I'm sorry. I would have hung up on this so-called pastor, whatever he want to be this week or next week, bishop this week, pastor next week, preacher the other week. I don't know. Okay, it changes every Sunday. But as girl, I would have hung up on him. But I understand, you know, if Larry wanted to continue the shenanigans and allow him to continue to be exposed or whatever for the person that he is, and I mean, you know, I get it. You know, or maybe he could deal with it a bit more. But girl, I would have hung up on him. As you're not gonna sit on this live and be disrespecting folk like that now. Now, girl, you just and then call yourself a pastor. I cannot take it. I cannot. And you can't get mad, in my opinion, if people feel like it was a scam, if it was a scheme, like you just, I just feel like you can't be mad at like it is what it is. You're not going to change everybody's mind. You're a very flashy person. You're already questionable. You've already served a history of identity fraud and grand larceny. You've already served that. So people are already going to be suspicious of you. Is it fair? It may not be, but that's just what it is, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, that's not making sense to me. Like, girl, let me get to the other part. We good. We don't need to see no more. Okay, because we've already seen that part about him and being, you know, held up at the church or whatever. But girl. Whew, he just went a little too far for me. He just went a little too far for me. I'm sorry, sir. You need more people. The people are not believing you. Okay, you definitely need more people. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all felt about this particular situation here. Girl, I never heard of this man. He could be walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. All I know is he got he got a lot of Fendi on, girl. He got a lot of Louis Vuitton on, okay? That's all that I would be able to say, girl. He got a lot, he rocking a lot of that, okay? We are about to go ahead and switch over. Okay, I want to hear you all's thoughts about the pastor that ended up, you know, having over $1 million worth of jewelry snatched up from him and his wife. Girl, I do not believe this at all, okay? And I just feel like if that's the case, then y'all need to start questioning. Go ahead and start questioning where this came from. Okay, where you get this money from? All right, that's what I would say, like where you get this money from. But maybe that's not fair, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, girl, we're about to go ahead and move on. I want to talk about this other story over here on the Shade Room. And I actually brought this story to y'all a while back, and it was about this chick I saw on TikTok and how somebody had been living in her house. And we was trying to figure it out. Like, somebody had been living in her house. I think it was like a little container with somebody's name, like some medicine with somebody's name on it or whatever. So it looks like not TMZ, but the Shade Room was able to catch up with this woman, and they did an interview with her. So I just want to check it out and get the update, because I remember doing a video on this. At least I did I think a This Is Messy episode, and I think it was inside of one of those episodes. So now we're about to go ahead and check it out and just get an update to see what's really been going on with Miss Girl. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Apartment.
90% of my stuff.
An Atlanta-based makeup artist left town for work, but when she returned, she found a stranger living in her apartment.
90% of my stuff was gone.
Now she's sharing what she discovered inside her home and explains why she's now going after the apartment complex's management. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Nia Bynum was a tenant at the Bentley at Marietta Apartments for about 3 months. It's located in the suburban city of Marietta. It's right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And she says from the beginning, there were issues, broken cabinetry and door hinges, roaches. This is what the dumpster looked like right outside of her unit. Bynum travels for work as a professional makeup artist, and on May 15th, she left Marietta to take a job in Greensboro, North Carolina. But before she left, she says that she told her management she could not take it anymore. She needed to break her lease and get out of there. They agreed to part ways at the end of June. So weeks later, when Bynum returned home to retrieve her belongings, she says she never expected what happened next.
I put my key in the door. That key doesn't work. The original key.
Bynum says that she then went to her apartment manager to figure out why the key to her apartment wasn't working.
I go back and I say, hey, like, this key is not working. So she's like, she was like, oh, well, let me call the vendor.
The vendor shows up and opens the door. To give you some perspective, this is what her apartment looked like before. This is what it looked like now. Almost everything was already cleared out. She posted a video on Twitter and got almost 100,000 views.
That's when I went into my closet and I seen a bag, a Cracker Barrel bag. I've never been to Cracker Barrel. The refrigerator had a Burger King cup in there, and I don't drink Burger King. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Then I look on my stove. It's water, it's crumbs everywhere, all of that. I go in the bathroom. It's a cigarette in the toilet, all type of stuff in the toilet. It's towels up. I'm looking like as if somebody was washing up in my bathroom.
Bynum believes that it was the complex's maintenance man. She says that she spotted his uniform, mail, and pills still inside the apartment. She claims that he kept some of her belongings, like a bin that used to have her makeup supplies in it. She says that he dumped out her products and was using it as a nightstand. She says that the person also got rid of her bed but was using her sheets and comforter.
I don't have no shoes, no clothes. Like, all my stuff is gone. And the people in the office were also confused why my stuff was gone. Like, everybody was like, oh, I don't know why your stuff is gone. I don't understand why your stuff is gone.
Bynum says that she agreed with apartment management that she'd vacate by June 30th, but instead, they put up an eviction notice on her door for past due rent of $1,398. The notice indicated that she had to respond on or before June 9th, but she claims they knew she was working out of town.
So I kind of feared because I didn't pay my rent when I left, but the reason why I did pay it was because, it's already going to go into collection. So, I wasn't tripping, and she already knew she already knew I didn't pay my rent.
And did you have any, did you have any plans to pay in the future, or are you just going to let it go?
Yeah, I was going to eventually pay it in the future, but I was just, I just wanted to move to Texas. Like, I just didn't want to pay it.
I have to pause right there, girl. Now, first of all, I don't think it's fair at all. I don't think it's fair at all for somebody to just throw your out for real. And you having a plan to leave at the end of the month, they, decide they're going to evict you before then. Yikes, girl. Maybe that's just not how that works. Okay. You can't just say when you're going to leave, it's still going to be an eviction, I guess, especially if you ain't pay your rent by so much. But first of all, this is what I'm saying. I don't think it's fair for anybody to go into your house and live in your house. Like, and then you threw all her shit out. So yeah, I just don't think that's cool. You done threw all this lady stuff out her house, and then once you got rid of her stuff, you want to turn around and evict her. I don't think that's how that process is supposed to go. I don't think that's how that's supposed to go. You don't throw all her shit out, get rid of all her stuff, and then evict her. I would think that you would evict her first. If she doesn't leave, then you take all of her stuff and you probably throw it out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, just because of that, y'all did that and had one of your employees living in this girl's home, y'all should just write the eviction off as an L or whatever. Y'all should just write it off, write the money off, and then let this girl go about her business, because now y'all trying to get her out of $1,300, but she about to probably sue y'all for more than that. You feel what I'm saying? But also, in addition, like, I don't think it's wise or smart to be on this damn news piece and saying that you haven't paid your rent and you ain't had no intentions on paying your rent, and it was gonna go into collections and you was gonna be okay with that. And I'm just like, what? She said she was gonna move to Texas, and I'm just kind of like, that's not really adding up to me. That's not really. I'm like, girl, you probably gonna be struggling to get a home in Texas if you got an eviction over here. So if you didn't have the money to pay the $1,359 or whatever to these people, then you're probably going to have to, like, how are you going to have the money to get a whole new home? Unless you just got the money the whole time, but because the apartments was raggedy, you're like, girl, these raggedy apartments, I'm not going to pay y'all a mother thing, because girl, the apartments was Gordy. Period. Even before they came in and snatched your shit up, girl, that was red Gordy. And let me say, see, now I'm about to go on a rant because I really feel a way about these raggedy ass, old ass apartments that's been up for longer than 20 years, and y'all have the audacity to try and charge a market rate rents. I don't like that shit. And then it changes and fluctuates, if not every day, every week. Your price may not be the same. You may have the same square footage, the same layout as somebody else, but that person may be paying $200 less than you. That's some stupid ass shit. And I really hate that the state of Georgia has not gotten that shit together. So if you think that they were running amok on apartment rates like way back then, they really running amok now with the inflation and everything. Meanwhile, you got the motherfucking government sitting up here trying to convince people that we're not in a recession because all of the other numbers are showing that, oh, everything is going good. Unemployment is down. This right here is that. This right here is happening. Businesses, people are hiring. Da-da-da-da-da. Nigga, it's all fugazi. Those are lies. Okay? I don't believe nothing that y'all talking about. Y'all just don't want to announce, okay? Because y'all don't want that market to crash no more than what it's already doing, girl. And then people are going to have to come down on these prices and stuff like that because y'all are in a recession and y'all really ain't going to want to have to bill out nobody else for real, because y'all ain't got no money. But anyway, girl, this is a whole nother rant. That's a whole nother rant. That's a whole nother rant. But ma'am, again, I still don't think that is wise. I understand that you were, somebody was squatting in your home and stuff completely out of line. They definitely owe you money. I personally feel, because I don't feel like they gave her the adequate amount of time for her to get get all her stuff out. She was supposed to be gone by the end of that month. They sent her a notice at the top of that month, like, pay this or get the hell out. And maybe that is, they protocol or whatever, but I hope she has written paperwork that confirms and shows that they said that you can leave at the end of the month, even if it is that you were going to pay. But she said she was going to be okay. It was just going to go to collections, and then she was shrugging her shoulders. And I'm like, maybe you weren't tripping on the collections, but when it's the eviction, I don't know, I kind of would be a little concerned. All right. But you guys may have more details than me, and maybe it's not that big of a deal for people to be concerned about evictions. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know. Okay. But let's go ahead and let's keep going. Let's see what else Miss Girl has to say.
Bynum claims that management never called, emailed, or sent any written letter to inform her of the eviction. We took a look at the eviction notice and discovered that it wasn't signed by a deputy marshal, sheriff, or county clerk. The service date also shows that it was posted June 2nd, just 2 days after the rent was past due.
It didn't have nothing signed about no sheriff or nothing. And even the office was like, my stuff wasn't supposed to be gone.
So we stopped by the apartment complex to see if anybody was inside. Nia told me that she lives in apartment 1817 here. I just knocked on the door. The front door is open and the apartment is virtually empty. According to property code, a landlord can begin the eviction process immediately after a tenant fails to pay rent when it's due. It does say that if the tenant, quote, has an eviction judgment ordering them to vacate and they don't leave, the landlord has to file a writ of possession with the clerk. This essentially asks the marshal or sheriff to go out to the property and ask the tenant to leave. It says the landlord is then, quote, personally responsible for removing all of the tenant's items and placing them on the curb. But Bynum says that apartment management told her that never happened and her belongings were still supposed to be inside her unit.
I don't know where my stuff could be. I don't know if it's in the trash. I don't know if, somebody sold it. I don't know.
We reached out to the apartment complex for a comment. A PR representative wrote us back and said, quote, as you might expect, the apartment management is not legally permitted to share private information about any former or current residents. And as a rule, we do not comment on ongoing litigation, including evictions. What I can say is that the ownership is committed to full compliance with all federal, state, and local laws that dictate the landlord-tenant relationship and the eviction process. Now, Nia says she did speak with Marietta police, who told her that the man in question was never given permission by the landlords to stay there. She says that they are still looking for him and her stuff. For TSR Investigates,
Girl, only to find out I'm over here thinking that she was getting an eviction, but as you watch the story more, you learn that they were never even evicting her. So obviously the understanding that she was supposed to be leaving at the end of the month was understood, which is why she said she wasn't gonna pay it, because it's not gonna be like it was, I guess, an eviction. It was just gonna be something that was gonna go out to collections, and maybe she'll pay or she won't pay, and she'll just let it roll off her credit in 7 years or whatever the case is. Okay, so that's interesting. I feel like they kind of debunked some of what I was saying earlier. But girl, are you kidding me? Girl, and it's so weird because that was a scheme that the maintenance man set up for them to come to with the bullshit. And how you gonna set up here and put an eviction notice on somebody's door and it was never signed by a sheriff? It was none of that. So it was a scheme that somebody else was planning and plotting, and that maintenance man knew when she was in her apartment and when she wasn't in her apartment. It probably was hard on his luck because y'all don't pay him enough, and he's sitting over there living up in this girl house and threw all her shit out if he didn't already sell it somewhere. Wow, I don't give a fuck. I would still sue their ass. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I was still, yep. Go ahead and get your attorney, girl. Go ahead and try and sue. Go ahead and go after them people, because if you ask me, girl, they was just out of line for that. Okay, that's just no, ma'am. Girl, no, I would be trying to figure out how I can get my money back, because that was I would call that a wrongful eviction, and they should have been more in charge of their employees and more in charge of processes and everything to know that this shit should not have happened to me. Do you understand? And see, that's why girl, I would have been, I would not have had the same locks on my door once I moved into that house, because you don't know if they actually truly changed the locks and if the tenant before you still got the locks to the house. Like, girl, fuck that. No, ma'am. Like, and then you also can say, like, when you live in an apartment, is the maintenance man allowed to go in your home when you're not there? No, he not. Period. No, you cannot go in my home. You can come here when I'm here. Excuse me, but girl, I just feel a way about that. And I just had to bring this story back to you guys so y'all could check it out and we could watch it together, because I know I talked about it before. And girl, this is where we are. I'm glad she gave us more details and context, because at first, the only thing we had was the images, or shall I say the video that she took as she went throughout her home. Whole time, it's deeper than that. Girl, that's some scheming, if you ask me. But anyway, girl, that's all that I got. Let me go ahead and move on over, because we do have some questions that we have to get into. So let's go ahead, girl, and let's do that. Okay. So question number 1. All right. Go ahead and like the video as you guys come on in. Okay. Go ahead and like the video for me. All right, let's go ahead and get into question 1. Question 1 says, together for 5 months, her ex died a few months. Wait a minute. Together for 5 months, her ex died a few months before we met. Okay. Before we met. Sometimes she asked to be alone to mourn him. Okay. I went to her house anyway to cheer her up and caught her with her other man. Damn, she need a lot of healing. This is your fault. You can't come by uninvited. She ghosted me. I love her advice. You don't need to love her. Because I'm over here wondering, did the ex really pass away, or was he the other man that was at her house? What do you mean? I love her. And because you love her and you're willing to accept whatever, she's going to continue to dog your ass out. You fool. All right. Meanwhile, a lot of women be over here like, where the good men at? Where the good men at? The good men over here dealing with some badass women. That's just what it's giving, okay? That's what they at, girl. They over there tied the hell up with some women that ain't that good, okay? Either that or they already taken, girl. That's what they at. They occupied at this moment, unfortunately. All right? And this clearly seems like one of them, okay? Then you're going to go over there and go to her house. Now, granted, you probably should have called, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't be popping up in somebody's house like maybe that's something you used to do, but don't do that no more, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she going to sit up there and blame it on this man. He probably just coming by to check on you, making sure you good. He done came over to your house and you done sat up here and talking about, this your fault. You can't be coming over here uninvited. My fault. Girl, people love trying to flip stuff on you like they actions, like you made them do what it is that they did. I can't. Either way, sir, leave her alone. That's my advice. Go ahead out here and find you somebody worth your time. Good luck, and leave y'all thoughts below. Let's get to question 2. Question 2 says, a family day at the zoo with grandkids, okay? Husband goes to the men's room. 20 minutes later, he emerges in handcuffs. He offered to an undercover cop in the stall. What? Girl, not y'all going to the zoo? And he done went in the bathroom acting like a monkey. Girl, I cannot make it up. He done went into the bathroom acting like a monkey and didn't know that the cop, ooh, child. And why you trying to do that at the zoo? Not you trying to offer to this man at the zoo. And ma'am, how old are y'all, ma'am? Because if you over here talking about grandkids, ma'am, how old are y'all? Family day at the zoo. with grandkids. Husband goes to the men's restroom and 20 minutes later, he emerges in the handcuffs. He offered to an undercover cop in a stall. My Baptist husband, 22 years. You've been married to this man for 22 years and you didn't know how he was getting down there. Admits that he cruises and has been cruising for men for 15 plus years. Ooh, B.I. motherfucking T. Not him cruising for men for 15 years, girl. Girl, not him cruising for the men for 15 years. That is a lot for me. Okay? No, ma'am. I cannot. Ooh, child, it's some messy shit. I hope y'all can still hear me, honey. All right? Girl, no. So I feel like, girl, as much as he been cruising, you knew that he was out here cruising. Let's be real honest about that, girl. You knew this man was out here cruising for 15 some years and you've been with him for 22. Girl, that's some trifling shit. You sit over here asking for some advice. I mean, he must be the breadwinner. Okay, he must be taking care of you while you sit back and do nothing. But I feel like, girl, that's grounds for getting the hell on. But if you want to just stay with him for the look of it, I guess. But I won't be partaking in no SEX with him or anything. Girl, I'll be out here trying to be like Stella, trying to get my groove back. You know? But, I mean, y'all older women help this lady out. I don't know how to help her because, you know, my result going to be get the hell on. Come on, Miss Wanda, shake a bone and get the hell on. That's going to be mine. That's where I'm at with it. You know, but I understand the years invested and y'all got grandkids and stuff like that. But girl, not him out here cruising on you, because if he gonna be out here cruising, bitch, I'm gonna cruise on too. I'm gonna get the hell on. But either way, good luck. Leave your thoughts below. Let's go ahead and get to question 3. We had our relationship for a year, or we hid our relationship for a year. I got pregnant and his wife left. We moved out of state. He got a new job and started cheating with his ex-wife. Girl, that's what you'll get. She's moving to our town because he got her a job here. Ooh. He told me she's staying with us until she finds a place. What to do? Deal. What you mean? Sitting up here talking about what to do, ma'am? You was over there okay with hiding the relationship for a whole year. The only difference is he's not hiding it. He's putting it in your face and letting you know that she finna move in and he done found her a job. So you gonna have to deal. Looks like y'all finna be sister wives or something like that, girl. That's what it's giving. All right. Because here's the thing, it sounds like she's still his wife. She may have left, but I don't know if he divorced her while you referring to her as the ex-wife. Okay, so they probably still, you know, as much as they are attached, they probably still attached by their paperwork too, and she probably still the wife. So when she move in, it's probably gonna be their house, and then you just gonna be the little person that's over there, girl. So I don't know, you might have to deal and get with it because you created this situation for your mother self. You hear what I say, girl? But that's what you get. Either way, good luck, and let's go ahead and move on. Question 4, let's get to it. My late mom left her house to my sis and I. Sis lives here with her kids. My man fought his wife. My man fought his wife and needed money for bail. Girl, you had better not. Girl, I don't even want to go no further. Because you had bet not put that motherfucking house up to bail this out of jail. Especially not no man that done sat up here and put hands on his wife. Already showing you that he's a liar and he's a cheater. And he's a beater. Girl, you better not. This better not go where. Ooh, it better not go where I think he's gonna go. Ooh, girl, my man fought his wife and needed money for bail. I put our house up for collateral. Girl, if I was your sister, I'd still be beating your ass today. Okay, I would still be beating your ass today, especially if that's a house that y'all mama left for y'all and she's staying there with her kids. What a dump is you. Okay, she says, I put our house up for sale. He skipped town with wife. What a dumb. So now you about to what? Lose the house, you dumb ass. Oh, I hate it. I beg him to return, but he won't. I may lose the house and I really miss him. Advice. I ain't got shit for your stupid ass. Okay, that's your problem right there. Inconsiderate, thinking about yourself. All right, you think about this wife and she didn't think about herself either, that she done allow herself to skip town with this dumb ass that done put his hands on her. She done got him locked up or whatever the case may be. Okay, he got himself locked up, really. But she ain't no better. But again, if I was your sister, I'd still be stomping a mud hole in your ass right now, because me and my kids were living very comfortably. And now we got to sit up here and probably get up and go. And even if y'all are able to keep the house, either your ass getting the fuck out, period, or, okay, or I'm going to get the hell on. I'm going to stay at home and shake a bone and get the hell on. Okay, because I'm not going to be able to stay with you. Since you want to be asked out so bad by dealing with somebody else's husband, or asked out as far as a house, I'm going to let you stay asked out. Period. Not going to deal with it, girl. My priority is going to be me and these kids. Get it how you live, okay? Period. Girl, I'll sit up here trying to ask for some advice. Girl, I don't know what to tell your stupid. Move on. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Learn your lesson. The advice is to learn your lesson this time, so you don't have to go through this the next time with your stupid ass. Y'all go ahead and leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, because she done pissed me the hell off like I know her in real life, girl. She done really made me mad about this. Okay, your mama done left you some, and you over here trying to build out a pussy. Ooh, girl. God, I wish I would do some shit like that. First of all, I ain't got no more brothers, so I ain't gonna ever let me do no shit like that. Hello, and I'm not gonna do it either, because I'm too considerate of my siblings for me to do some hoe shit like that. What a dummy. Girl, let me go. Oh, she done pissed me off, girl. She done pissed me off. Let me see if I think I got one more that I might be missing. Let me see. Let me see if it's this one. Every time I add these, I'm always missing one. One always doesn't make its way over. So let's get into it. Question 5. SEX and food are good. Got cable, central air. Okay, she lets me focus on making my music, and I'm doing that. I feel like she's making an investment in us, when this is just a pit stop for me. Ooh, not her allowing you to make your music, and you just sitting over here feeling like this is a pit stop, but she over here investing in y'all future. How to continue to live in comfort while I distance myself from her. You live in comfort and distance yourself by getting your ass out and go find you a home or a studio apartment. Okay, something that you can find, or even a box somewhere, girl. Figure out your comfort over there. All right, and that's definitely going to give you the distance that you need. Go out here and get your fucking on. Are you serious? I cannot. Talking about some hashtag I play, not stay. Earl, sat up here wasting these motherfuckers' time. I ain't gonna clown you about making your music, because there are people out here that are making music, even if making money off their music, even if they're not these big time celebrities and shit. You know what I'm saying? So there are a ton of people that go under the radar that make money off of their music. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'll give you that. But NIGGA, you out here playing with mofos, and I don't really like it. I don't like that at all. So you want to distance yourself, stop using her, because I guarantee you whatever you dishing out is definitely going to return and come back to your stupid ass. But that's all that I got. Let me go ahead and move on. Y'all leave y'all thoughts on that one, okay? Let's get to this other one. This person says, question 6, my old man got a new glued on wig, girl, and was acting up, BIT, and I would have probably snatched that bitch off. Like, I cannot, I'm the only one that can wear a glued on wig around here. You're not going to do that. I can do it. Okay, if you gotta go that far, then just cut this. Okay, go bald, okay? Get you some miracle oil to grow this round here or something like that. Get your goatee or something on. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get no full beard, but if it's thin inside, just chop it. I'm the only one around here that can do that. Okay, we both can't be sitting up here melting. What kind of shit is that? Okay, he flirted on TikTok, changed his status to single on FB, ain't giving you no sex. Each night I spray acetone on his wig while he slept. Well, I'm not mad. Not him out here acting bougie, acting like a single woman when I can't take it. I cannot. When you in a whole relationship out here acting single because you done got you a new laced wig, I cannot. Each night I sprayed acetone on his wig while he slept. His wig fell off at work, so he refused to go back. I bet you do, but you can't come here. Should have closed the door on his single ass so he can go and find somebody else to couple up with. Okay? Talking about some we broke, he said, and still no ACX. Help, girl, get the hell on. Sir, ma'am, whoever you are, get the hell on. Shake a bone. That's always my answer. Get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, just deal. Okay? If you ain't, just because he broke don't mean you got to be broke. Just because he sad don't mean you got to be sad. Okay? And just because he ain't giving you no ACS don't mean you can't figure out a way to get it in one way or the other. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey. He'll be all right. He'll figure it out. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. And I got another one, another question 6 that I missed on the last time I did This Is Messy. So I'm going to pick it up now. Okay. So question 6 says, my pastor counseled me and hubby for a year. Finally, he told me privately that I could do better. This is what the pastor saying to her. I divorced, so she got rid of her husband. Pastor connected me with his own adult son. Son spent 3 years in prison, doesn't work, and is very verbally abusive. Pastor blames me. I want my husband back. Advice, girl, leave and see if you can get your husband back. Husband may not want you back, but you need to get the hell on, because the pastor was scheming. Now him hooking you up with his son that was in prison for 3 years and knowing his son ain't about SHI. My question is, what the hell he was in prison for 3 years? And why would you jump into this relationship knowing that? Okay. And then the pastor has the audacity to blame her, just like, I can't. How you convince her to leave a relationship as though it was the man? She getting one with your raggedy ass son, and do you want to sit up here and say that she the problem? Yeah, no. You know what it's making me think about? I can't think of the name of these people. But there was a story this was a real life story with a black couple. Can't think of this man's name, but he pretty much clapped both of his families. Okay, so the first family he had, he was with this woman and she got pregnant or whatever like that, and she had told, I guess he started getting verbally abusive or whatever the case was. She was like, listen, I'm leaving, I'm gonna go. And so when she got home, she was planning on packing her stuff. Well, he got something in stab. Okay, a jab. He did what he needed to do, unfortunately, and he clapped her and the baby. So then he went to prison for about 15, 16 years. And then there was this pastor that was heavily advocating, along with others, that he's reformed, he's this new person, let him out, Well, he gets out and decides that he's going to date the pastor. At least the pastor set him up with his daughter. Okay, set the man that was in behind bars up with his daughter. So they start dating for a minute. Okay, I believe she had maybe 2 kids with him and then had some other kids. Okay, like 2 older kids or something like that. Okay. So then what ended up happening was he started getting real physical, doing his, doing the most or whatever. And then one day he tied her up in the basement or whatever like that. He did something he poisoned the other 2 babies that belonged to them. So I believe they passed because he poisoned them. Then her older 2 came downstairs to the basement and he popped both of them in front of her and then tried to off her, but she ended up surviving. Do you hear what I say? And then he took his ass back to prison. What the fuck? Wow, that's what this is giving. So ma'am, you might want to get to running. Okay, you might want to get to running. You might want to shake a bone. Okay, because no. All right, and then you got this pastor sitting over here blaming you. Now, granted, in that real life situation, that particular pastor was the woman's dad. So I'm just still thinking of the similar situation where the daddy hooked you up with this prisoner, and then now the prisoner is starting. It always starts off verbally. A lot of things always starts off verbally. And typically when it starts off verbally, it's because they're trying to get in here. Okay. And then it escalates and elevates to the physical. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are lucky if they get the hell out. Okay, so that's just what I'm thinking. Like, girl, if that's your first thought and your first thought is to get the hell on and to get back to your husband, do it, but figure out how you're going to do it real strategically, girl, because now that you on dangerous grounds, in my opinion, because now you done got with this man. This man ain't been with nobody in a minute. This man could be crazy. I already know what it's like on the inside, so it's probably nothing for him to be on the inside for just a little bit longer. So, girl, you got to be real safe and real careful. Okay, because it seems like his pastor daddy is also on his side as well. So, I mean, harm can come to you. So you might just want to be real strategic about how you go about doing it. Or you might have to move away or something. I don't know. But if you can get out, girl, get the hell out. All right. But that's all that I got. I wanted to come to you guys with a long This Is Messy episode. You know what I'm saying? Hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about everything. Okay. I want to know what you guys are thinking about everything that I discussed today, honey. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. What else? So follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I will catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.